Hello, my name's Jo and I'm from On The Verge Cambridge, and I'm really delighted to be here today with my great friend Ben in his wonderful garden in Cambridge on this rather wintry day. I thought it might be nice, obviously, coming to visit you in your garden today, because you've done some amazing things here just to try and encourage biodiversity and encourage insect populations. And perhaps you could share some top tips with us.
My first top tip would be a bit more untidy. So, for instance, just behind us here, I have a big pile of twigs and wood, which has been a home for a hedgehog before now, and I'm certain there are hibernating frogs under there at the moment too, and lots of invertebrates, of course, as well.
Yeah, okay. So lots of invertebrates in there, and a very easy thing to do in terms of just keeping the garden untidy.
Absolutely.
So something I do notice in this garden is that it's not full of grass that's regularly mowed, is it?
It's not, Jo. No. I tend to leave the grass long and mow it fairly infrequently, deliberately to encourage invertebrates, especially moths. I'm a keen moth trapper, so if you leave the grass long, it's a habitat for invertebrates, especially moths. Many will lay their eggs and the caterpillars will feed on grass, many will hide in grass. If you leave it long in the winter months, then they can complete their life cycle, because many will overwinter as eggs or pupae in the long grass and emerge in the spring.
So since you've been doing all this sort of, growing your garden for wildlife or keeping it more wild, what would you say are the sort of exciting things that you've noticed in terms of insects?
One of the things I'm most excited about, we got a wormery a few years ago, which is great for composting, but actually the runoff from the wormery is horribly foul-smelling, sludgy liquid, which is
nice.
Also great for the plants. But it's a fantastic habitat for the rat-tailed maggot, which also sounds fairly horrible. But it's the larvae of the dronefly, which is one of the biggest hoverflies we have in the UK. And hoverflies are a huge group of pollinators. They're really important for that. I did start to get elephant hawk moths, which are these beautiful pink and green.
Oh yeah, they're
some
glorious,
of the biggest there
aren't
are.
they?
And I'm hoping it's to do with the fact that I planted some rosebay willowherb in the garden a couple of years ago, because I think the caterpillars quite like it.
Great. So another plant to perhaps recommend to people.
Definitely, yes.
So I know you've been putting in a patio over the winter, haven't you? And I wondered what you were planning around this section here.
Yes, we have plans for this area. So when we put the patio in, we had to dig a lot of ground up, which actually gives us an opportunity to plant some more wildflowers. So because it's turf, although it's upside down, the grass is poking through a bit. I'm going to sow some yellow rattle in there, which parasitizes the grass itself and keeps the grass down a bit, but also just throw some general wildflower seed down there as well and see what happens.
So sowing a wildflower meadow, that sounds a bit complex to lots of people, doesn't it? But I gather it's quite an easy process.
Yes, it's very easy. You need a patch of bare soil, or as bare as you can get it, and the right time of year, either spring or autumn, and you'll be away. Okay, and
where do people source that sort of seed from? Can you get it from garden centres and places like that?
You can, or you can go to our website, onthevergecambridge.org.uk, and have a look there, and we can provide you with seed.